Please be seated. Throughout the year, we experience the mysteries of Christmas, the mysteries of Easter, and the mysteries of Pentecost. Here we are at the first day of Advent to start the mysteries all over again. The mysteries begin with the birth of the baby Jesus and also the mystery of the second coming of Jesus. We are lucky enough to be given another year, another opportunity to read, listen, and interpret these wonderful stories and parables we find in the Bible. Each year we will probably hear the words in the stories of the Bible in a different light, with different meanings, with a new clarity we didn't understand the year before. There will always be something new to ponder over, something that will guide us through the new challenges in our lives. God is helping us to understand how he intertwines in our lives through Jesus, whether through the vulnerability as a newborn or as a powerful king at his second coming. At Christmas time, we prepare for the birth of Jesus, the Messiah. Madeleine L'Engle wrote a book called The Glorious Impossible, describing the birth of Jesus. She said, like love, it cannot be explained. It can only be rejoiced in. It is God's love, a miracle. And besides the birth, we have been preparing for another episode of God's love for over 2,000 years in which he has promised to send his Son back to us. We should have hope and joy this time of year, and to do that, we have to remember to keep Jesus in the center at all times. Jesus, as a child, the gift God has given us through his love, and Jesus, who God will bring back to us to help bring peace and love to this earth. We open presents under the Christmas tree with excitement, but how many of us really, really remember the gift that God gave us, a gift so full of love? Let's open God's gift this year with that joy, that exuberance, as we do with the wrapped gifts we receive. Today, the first day of Advent, our readings center on preparing for the second coming. For we are told, but about that day and hour, no one knows, neither the angels of heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. It could be right around the corner, so we need to prepare our hearts for Jesus' return. It is a time to get ready for Jesus, so we need to be prepared and be alert. We need to concentrate on the quality of the life we are living today. We need to be living our life as Jesus would want and has taught us, as if his return will happen now. Jesus explained to his disciples, it will be like the day of Noah. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day Noah entered the ark, and they knew nothing until the flood came. Noah was wise enough to listen to God's warning and seek salvation. When Jesus comes again, it'll be like an ordinary day. Without warning, the Lord will return, and when that happens, will we be ready? Have we been listening? We speak of it every Sunday, reminding ourselves of this great event. I believe he will come again to judge the living and the dead. In our everyday life, do we remember these words? Do these words mean anything to us? With the knowledge of his return, we need to keep our attention on Jesus, not on ourselves, but on Jesus. For if we think about ourselves, the less we think about Jesus, and then we really get into trouble. So to keep our thoughts on Jesus, it's quite simple. Love God, love your neighbors, give of yourself, help others, and pray. Did you know that the return of Jesus to earth is referred to in the New Testament more often than any other Christian teaching? But did you also know that there are more prophecies in the Old Testament, 380 to be exact, concerning the second coming of Jesus than there are concerning the first coming of Jesus? Obviously, the writers thought it was a solid belief and of great importance, so if it was important so long ago, it should be in our lives now. And in proclaiming the second coming, it gives us courage to face difficulties, hope to people who are struggling to face those difficulties. For as Christians, we are sure there is something better awaiting us. It gives us hope, for we have the knowledge that Jesus will come for us. The writers of Hebrews assured us that Christ will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. I can tell you I'm on that eagerly awaiting him. I'm going to try my best not to be that one person in the field left behind. On my mother's grave it reads, and, until we meet again. And that is what I look forward to, knowing I will see my parents, brother, nephew, and others gone before me, because God has promised me this through his Son, who will return. I'm not sure if any of you saw on the news this week about the little boy who was at the gym, saw his father, who had been at war for a year and a half, jumped into his father's arms and never let go. Well, you know what? That's going to be my reunion with Jesus, filled with so much love, and I know he will hold me forever. Jesus told us to be ready at all times for his coming, for it'll be an unexpected time. So I'm going to watch and wait and open my life to and remember the coming Christ. I think a waiting life should be lived with an active faith. Show what love, forgiveness, and hope looks like. Spread the good news to others. John Wesley was asked one day, "What would you do if the Lord was coming tomorrow?" He answered, "I would get a good night's sleep and wake up in the morning and go on with my work, for I would want him to find me doing what he had appointed me to do." We need God to know we are waiting. We need to let him see that we are doing his work. We need to ask for his help, forgiveness, to listen to his words, and to pray. We need to show the world that our faith and good actions to help others is because we know that we have so much that awaits us. God shows up at the most unexpected places, and when you're not looking, he's liable to be there. Open your eyes so you can see him, maybe under the Christmas tree. Open your eyes, for Jesus is closer than you can possibly imagine. Look, watch, wait. Advent is a time to open your hearts. Advent reminds us that God has a plan for us that continues to unfold. Lives change every day because of Jesus. People are healed from sin and death. Eyes are open to his grace. A peace beyond all understanding brings calmness and joy. Live your life as if the second coming will come at any moment. And as the answer lies in our epistle, let us live honorably. Put on the Lord Jesus as a man puts on a garment. And Advent is a time of mystery. It's a time to remember us to love one another, for love should be the cornerstone of all of our actions. The last verse of a Christmas song in our hymnal in the bleak midwinter goes like this: "What can I give him, as poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would give him a lamb. If I was a wise man, I would do my part. Yes, what can I? I give him, I give my heart." Amen.